Last week, our 12 hotshot corporate climbers arrived in Chicago to meet Mr. N. Paul Todd, their new billionaire mentor.
Welcome to my world.
This is part of his world. This is where I need to be.
I'm going to invite one of you into my inner circle.
I absolutely want to work for Mr. Todd.
But they were about to find out this was no ordinary billionaire.
Ellie, you have your own marketing firm? Who cares?
And the con was on.
My job is to make this the worst professional experience of their lives.
On day 2, Mr. Todd issued an unsettling first challenge.
Your job? Panhandling.
I can't believe we're going to do this.
Right off the bat, I was aggravated.
Sir, can you help us out?
Any kind of change?
Dinero?
It was weird to see a bunch of Ivy Leaguers beg on the streets.
Oh!
And when the men came up short,
Guys, you're losers. You will be sleeping here tonight.
they were forced to spend the night in a dirty, vacant lot.
This is crazy, man. What does this have to do with the corporate world?
Then, in the boss's office, Mr. Todd put the men through an absurd inquisition.
You look like a bunch of jokers out there. 6 homeless men would have done better than you 6. Robert, you're short.
Says so.
Before the hoax claimed its first victim.
Daniel,
Sir.
get the hell out of my office. Welcome to my world.
Really stuck together. I know. That's great.
We didn't sell each other out. We forced their hand. They're going to decide. I mean, they decided.
There was a lot of pressure in the boardroom, and Mr. Todd was pretty intimidating.
Dude, someone should be back here by now.
The whole time, I was just like, you know what? You're either in the outhouse or the penthouse. I'm back, and I'm just one step closer to getting that money that's rightfully mine. The reaction that I got when I got back was awesome. You want to know his catchphrase?
Yeah, what was it?
Get the hell out of my office.
You and Dan, sit down. What happens?
He looks at me and he says, you know what? You're short.
What?
He said I was short, right? And that doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care. I've been short all my life. I don't care.
Mr. Todd had said, well, frankly, you're short. I probably would have pulled this down over the table if that was me. I don't know. That's just me.
I would never expect, Richard Branson or Donald Trump to make such an unpolitically correct statement.
I knew the strongest man would stay. My feeling is, what if Bob wins the game? Does he want to work for a guy that made fun of his height? Height's something that you can't change.
This morning, I was about to make my breakfast, and a woman from Iacor came in and handed me a note.
I have a note for you from Mr. Todd.
Tanya, congratulations again on leading your team to victory. Woohoo!
As team boss, you've earned an executive privilege.
I would like to invite you and 2 teammates of your choosing to join me this morning for a tour of my townhouse at Astor Street.
The tour of the mansion was their first executive privilege. And these are designed to just draw them into the world of being a billionaire.
And also, give him a little FaceTime with the boss.
I look forward to seeing you there. Regards, NPT.
I guess since you two are sitting here beside me, looks like you're going.
Really? Oh my God, thank you so much.
More importantly, it's an opportunity for us to see how much eccentric billionaire BS we can get away with.
I felt extremely privileged to get the tour of the house.
It's beautiful. Oh my God, it looks like on the inside.
It definitely is motivation to see the way someone of his wealth lives. Yeah, I could live there.
It's beautiful.
It's got the fence to keep all the poor people out.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to my world. I'll be right down. Sit tight. I'll be right there.
Thanks. Okay.
Little did they know that we had rented this $18 million brownstone, and that the first time I'd been in it was that morning. And it was my job to pass off this ridiculously lavish mansion as my home. Honey, we're gonna start. They are here.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Wow, this is great.
The house tour gave us an opportunity to unleash 2 new members of the Todd clan, my gold-digging wife and my spoiled brat daughter. So these are the 2 women in my life. My beautiful daughter, Danielle,
Yes.
who is the apple of my eye.
Hi, nice to meet you. Danielle Todd, I would explain her as the not as bright cousin of Paris Hilton.
And my wife, Lynn, who, to steal the line from the movie, completes me.
Lynn Todd is your typical billionaire's trophy wife.
Here we go.
As soon as we walked into the house, there were huge chandeliers. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Inside, it was like a palace in France, looked like Versailles or something like that. So it was really nice, opulent, very expensive looking. It had a sense of money.
I don't know if you guys all noticed the trim. What this is actually real gold. It is gold leaf.
I guess that would be a lot of money in just paint. I mean, that's more than your, normal, base coat.
Okay, can I do a pop quiz?
Sure.
Who has heard of Napoleon?
That was an odd question to me. We're all here on the show. Obviously, we're intelligent. Who hasn't heard of Napoleon?
These 2 vases were his in his home, possibly.
We didn't have a clue what half the stuff in that house was. We were just dragging them from room to room, exaggerating and lying about everything. I do like the piano a lot. It's a 1929 Steinway, one of 6 that were ever made.
I suggested that Paul play a song on the piano because he's gotten so good and it's just so beautiful when he plays.
Okay. It's out of tune right now. That's enough.
It wasn't great, but of course, all the contestants are standing there. Oh.
If you have his type of money, you can definitely be eccentric.
There are 2 more chandeliers identical to this in the west wing of the White House.
But his house was over the top.
This is one of those things that might seem a tad tacky or garish, and I'm darn proud of that. Some people save their first $1. I saved my first $1 million.
Mr. Todd had encased in glass, like his first $1 million.
Never seen $1 million before.
She was my first, and it felt real good to get her. You could say I lost my millionaire virginity to her, if you wanted to look at it that way.
What is there besides money that will get you motivated to make money? Money.
Obviously, you're going to have $1 million. You got to have it protected, but just for a little bit of showmanship, let me just show you how this works. All right, everybody watching? Here we go. Watch this. There you go. Can you see the... You see those? You see the laser beams?
Oh, yeah.
It was protected by infrared beams, kind of like Mission Impossible.
It was very high-tech, very cool.
My first $1 million was basically a big plastic box with a bunch of $100 bills glued to the front. The entire room is crisscrossed with laser. Can you see that? And the high-tech security system was actually cheap laser pointers we bought at the local hardware store.
That's incredible. I've only seen that in the movies.
There you go.
This is insane. I mean, this is ridiculous.
You see the laser beams? See him? And you know, is it a little tacky or a little garish? I don't know, but it's as I said, you can do it too. They bought that first $1 million, but with the next bid, we were starting to press our luck. This is probably the most magnificent piece in the house. I picked it up at an auction in Hong Kong. The appraisers have traced this back to the time and place of King Arthur's court. This, my friends, is Excalibur.
Oh my.
He had the real Excalibur dated back to like King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table. It's the silver sword. It was encased in glass. It was phenomenal. It was awesome. I would love to have something like that.
Of course, when it was discovered, it was encrusted with stuff, and it was specially laser cleaned, and we've had the top experts in the world analyze it.
It's probably priceless, right? How do you place a price on something there's only one of, right?
The Excalibur sword was actually a lame replica we bought on the internet. Ran over a few times with a car.
Legend has it that only a man with pure heart can wield Excalibur. So that's got me a new outlook on him.
Then we got upstairs, and Carrie made a remark.
Carrie is kind of one of those people who just whatever she thinks comes straight out of her mouth.
Do you know what I think looks good in this house?
What?
Me.
I don't think so.
Mrs. Todd was very shocked by the statement and upset.
Mrs. Todd took it as that she's going to move in on her man.
She was visibly, verbally, very upset.
You're pretty gutsy to say that,
You're the one over at the warehouse that
You're
said...
pretty gutsy to say that.
Mrs. Todd seems so offended, and I think there's a lot of insecurity in that relationship.
I mean, the balls of the girl to say such a thing. I was appalled. I mean, the real me was appalled.
Yeah, okay, I got you now.
I wasn't hitting on her husband. I don't want him, I want his house.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for coming. It was really a pleasure.
The goal of the house tour was to show them that this is the life of a billionaire. Yeah, I could give you a hug. You're just so charming.
Watch her. Watch that girl.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, Tanya. You're welcome.
And not only did they buy it, but they wanted a taste of it. I could see it.
This morning, the phone rang, and it was Mr. Todd's secretary, Shannon, calling to let us know that we needed to get dressed and be out at Buckingham Fountain to meet up for our next challenge.
Big day.
Going on the streets and begging for money was absurd. Sleeping on money at the end of the day was absurd.
It's getting weirder and weirder as time progresses. No one really knows what Mr. Todd is going to do.
How are y'all doing?
Excellent.
Robert,
Yes, sir.
you're the new team boss for the Comcads. Tanya.
Yes, sir.
You led your team to victory in the last challenge. That gives you the right to name the new team boss for this challenge.
Choose the net.
As team bosses, you're immune from elimination for this challenge. And if your team loses, you then have the power to name the two people who will face me in my office for the final elimination with no consequences to yourself. And this brings us to this challenge. We love our customers, we take care of them, but we don't really see them as being necessarily all that bright. So one key element of the show is that Mr. Todd shares his absurd business philosophies, and then we watch these young professionals absorb them like they're the gospel. Sometimes the consumer, our customer, needs to be told what they want. And as competent businessmen, it's part of our job to lead them in the direction of what it is we want them to buy. This is going to be your job today. We've got July in Chicago, and the humidity vectors are only going to get higher and higher as the day progresses and the sun rises in the sky. Your job is going to be to sell hot bowls of soup.
Hot soup. Hot soup.
Mr. Todd said, well, you know, it's July, and we want you to sell hot soup.
Hot soup on a hot day.
Yeah, sell hot soup.
You've got to be kidding me.
It's not B-roll in our eyes. All of the contestants consider themselves born salesmen. They're the kind of people that can sell fire to the devil or ice to an Eskimo. That's what this hot soup challenge was designed to test.
And to help them warm up for this rather ludicrous challenge, we presented them with a silly sales exercise that we supposedly do at Iocore. Here we go. Let's start with Femron. Just a little exercise. I'm an Eskimo. Sell me ice. I'm an Eskimo. Look at the hood. Look at the hood.
I have some special ice.
I don't like special ice. I like natural ice.
This is actually, you think you like natural ice. I challenge you to try this ice.
I don't like challenges. I'm an Eskimo. Why do I need ice?
Because
excellent.
For your house.
Good. Creativity. Good. Of course, the exercise was completely bogus and made up and, quite frankly, had no relevance to anything. Hello, team captain.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm the devil. Sell me some fire.
Beelzebub, you need extra fire.
Don't call me Beelzebub.
No, call you Beelzebub. I'm sorry. You need extra fire. This is extra.
I got all the fire I need. I don't need extra fire. You can never have enough
fire because there's a lot of bad people out there.
Yeah, there's bad people. I go poof and there's some fire.
Now, well, I can get some extra fire for you, hotter.
I got an infinity amount of fire.
You have it. There's always more. On something like that, there's no way you can give a good pitch. It's just not possible.
Good. Damien.
I didn't think they would think the fire to the devil exercise was valid, but they did it with business professionalism and, you know, whatever business people do.
I'm a bee. Sell me some honey.
You need to use our honey. It's 100% natural.
I got all the honey inside me. I'm a bee.
We've got some excellent new honey. It's purified.
I can produce it myself.
But we can purify it for you.
I'm a bee.
New honeycomb.
Good, you guys. Good commitment.
I think it was beneficial because it kind of forced you to be on your toes and stay committed to the product and keep selling no matter what somebody says.
Well done, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Whoever comes back having sold the most soup wins, of course. And the losers will report to me in my office, where one of you will be going home. Hey, soup's on.
All 5 of us guys were like, this is a must win. I mean, it's not even like, yeah, we hope we win. We're like, we have to win.
This is going to be our strategy. We're going to say that our company's named Fenron. We're going to say that we're a catering company, and we are going to go on the street and get people's feedback on the soup so that we can go out and cater to you if you have a private party, banquet, whatever.
This kind of sucks, but I won't lie. Like, I'll sell soup, and it's good soup. If you're willing to buy it, great, but I won't lie.
I applaud her for her integrity, but the bottom line is it's a game. But if it's screwing up the team, you have to do what the team wants.
Right. Okay, but I'm a human being, too.
It's not like we were saying, you know, tell us to just sleep with the devil or, you know, anything absolutely ridiculous. It's a catering company. In the end, I'm the captain, and if it goes against your morals, I'm sorry, but I want to win.
Push it. When we were thinking first about the challenge, we were like, oh, here we go again. Another, in-your-face challenge, beautiful girls, people are going to buy it. So our first strategy right off the bat was to sabotage.
Ladies, remember, we've got to win, but by a landslide.
Let's go sabotage all of them. Come on, we got to sabotage all of them.
The men are chasing us.
We got to blow their sail.
The guy's devious and ingenious strategy was to use corporate sabotage against the women.
Sorry. I'm a Chicago soup Nazi. I love soup better.
Which basically amounted to them yelling at people.
Soup, I am too, so if you want some soup, I'd be happy to sell you some. It's actually delicious. Well, are you hungry?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, if you change your mind, we're going to be right across the street, okay?
Is it too hot? Sure. Soup? Seriously? It's like July.
Yeah. Just keep going and go as fast as you can without spilling the soup, I think, so they can get off our ass.
I think after a while we realized no one's going to win the game doing that. You got to be offensive, not defensive.
Why soup in Chicago in the middle of summer?
Because we can sell it.
The challenge was to sell soup in July in Chicago. Not just soup, but hot soup. And it was hot. It was boiling hot.
Would you be interested? It's absolutely delicious. We made it ourselves. No?
Hey guys, how y'all doing? You want some soup?
Soup! soup in the city, everybody! It's a hot day in Chicago. People are eating ice cream. People are drinking cold sodas. People are not looking forward to a hot bowl of chicken soup.
In July, you're gonna want to come back and give me a kiss.
The challenge was to sell hot bowls of soup on a humid summer afternoon.
I can't believe it's like the end of July and we're having chicken soup.
To our surprise, they were out there moving product.
There you go.
All right, let me get your change.
How'd you guys get involved in selling soup?
As a team, what we came up with was to say that we have a catering service. Homemade, it's our own recipe. Starting up a catering company, this stuff is fantastic. It seemed to work really well.
I run a catering company called Femron. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
I really appreciate it. We were up all night cooking. I'm exhausted.
Good. My girlfriends and
I didn't feel bad selling people and misleading them. I thought it actually was a very believable idea, and frankly, I actually was believing it myself by the end of the day.
Money is packing up. It's great. If you're good salespeople, you're going to sell the soup. I mean, that's just what it comes down to.
I'll try some soup.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Come back.
The girls were really making headway with their women-owned catering company. They had a polished pitch, and they were doing really well. Too well.
Thank you, ladies. We appreciate it. You have a nice night.
So we gave them the shaft.
Come on, step up, man, Italian ice.
Mazzone's Italian ice.
Get your ice over here. So we brought in a posse of Italian ice vendors to blow their sales by offering icy cool treats.
Lemon Italian ice. Italian ice. You want some Italian ice?
We got soup.
Everywhere we go, the ice cream vendor follows us.
How you doing, you guys? Do I try some Italian ice?
Chicken, would you like some chicken noodle soup?
Italian ice,
Chicken noodle soup for anybody? Chicken noodle soup?
Italian ice. Why would you want chicken soup on a day like today?
Selling chicken noodle soup. You don't care. That's okay. Keep walking. Sorry.
Pull up with some lemon Italian ice.
We've got somebody selling ice cream and somebody selling soup.
$2 Italian ice.
It's like summer. I'm just on that chicken noodle soup kind of mood.
Italian ice. Get your Italian ice.
And the Italian ice trolley kept on following us. I didn't know what was going on.
World famous chicken noodle soup. Only Italian ice. Italian ice. World famous chicken noodle soup. Only $4. Mike, get this Mazzone's guy out of here.
I went up to him at one point and said, hey, listen, do yourself a favor and don't follow us anymore.
All right, here's an idea. Just a thought?
Yes? It is a bit annoying to have Christy always overthinking.
Well, there happens to be a Wendy's like 1 street over, so maybe we could go kind of around Wendy's and be like, this is so much healthier than Wendy's. Eat this. You want fast food? You want convenience? It's right here. So it's just a thought. There might be less traffic there.
When we're in a great group session, you know, moving forward, she kind of puts us back a few steps.
So, Annette, I was suggesting go in front of like a fast food place.
Christy didn't really want to go along with the groupie because she didn't want to lie. Because Christy's not really a team player.
We're 5 entrepreneurs trying to make a living. She's an Abercrombie model. You can get a picture with her.
On our team, we've always called David, our team member, the Abercrombie model.
That guy has model looks and a model body. And if we can use it, great.
Get a picture with him. Get a picture with Dave.
Get a picture of the Abercrombie. Abercrombie model.
One cup.
Selling soup.
I saw that the guys were using their bodies to sell the soup. It was kind of like hot studs for hot soup.
Things are slow for Abercrombie selling soup.
It looked to me like the ladies in the street were eating it up. And I'm not just talking about the soup.
You gotta dance for this.
All right, see that? Yeah! Yeah, all right!
Guys should definitely be able to use what they've got, you know, the same way women can.
You've got to use every asset you can to win. And if it's sex appeal, it's sex appeal. Sex sells in this country.
Another satisfied customer.
Buy some soup! Buy some soup! Yes! Yes! Mwah! We got one more sale, please. Yes.
15-minute thing soup.
Guys, 10 seconds. Hurry up. Just 10 seconds. Take the money and throw the soup.
Oh, me like you, the feel of that.
I like that.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, minute.
How's it going?
Great.
Going great.
I understand you sold an impressive amount of soup.
Yes.
Good. Jamie, let's see if your assessment matches the excitement of what the women think they did.
Well, I thought they were very enthusiastic. What I also saw was a lot of flirting, which happened with a lot of the guys that came along on the street. I saw a lot of playing the cute card.
We're playing the gender card again, or?
No, there's 6 women here, so we figured what better way to promote our company than to say it's women-owned.
How does that connect with selling soup?
With selling soup.
Our goal during the performance review was to completely confuse the contestants about whether it's appropriate to use their sexuality in business.
We said that we sold the soup, we made the soup, we were selling the soup.
You played the gender card.
She felt that we had used our sexuality.
We didn't sit there and flirt.
Maybe wearing, skimpy little, bikinis and thongs and trying to sell soup, fine. That's flirting. No one did that.
I was in a turtleneck and pants.
I have to tell you that in venture capital, cute don't cut it. Because what I'd really love to see is for all the ladies here to graduate from girlhood to womanhood.
It's time that, you business girls graduate to businesswoman.
I came here as a businesswoman.
I don't really know where she was going with that.
Jamie's starting to strike me as a woman hater. Like there's only room at the top for one woman and that's her.
The girls hate my character. Not so much me, but in defense of my character, she hates them back. Enough said.
David, you monitored the men. What is your assessment of their soup sales?
Based on what Jamie just said, the fact of the matter is you guys are learning to fight fire with fire. Because the fact is, you guys look fantastic in your business clothes. And believe it or not, in fact, I thought they looked even classier than the ladies. No offense to the ladies, but it worked for you guys.
David Hickman is a character who's just a little too excited about these fresh-faced young men.
And I talked about sexuality the other night in the boardroom. You got to have a little bit of sexuality. You know what I mean? Is that right? Is that correct in the business world? I don't know. Hell. But the fact of the matter is you guys attacked it. And you saw what you're up against and you went after it. And I think it proves that men can use their personal appearance to sell. I mean, look at them. They look great. You can see the shape, all of it.
I don't know. I find David as being a little feminine.
David had said that we were excellent because we used our sexuality.
I guess he's got a wife. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if he's been down that other road.
Again, appropriate? I don't know. I think great job. Great job, Concat.
They can use their sexuality in a blatant way, but just because we're attractive and maybe Annette wears a short skirt, they imply that we're completely flat out flirting. It's ludicrous.
It's sort of a double standard.
What am I supposed to do? Put a potato in my pants and look like a man?
Well done. Jamie, please tell us the results of the soup sales for the women. How much did the ladies sell?
Their soup sales from Femron resulted in $431.
$431, all right? I don't know if that's good or bad. David, how much soup did the guys sell?
All right, Comcad, you ready?
All 5 of us guys were like, this is a must win. I mean, it would be incredibly demoralizing if we were down 2-0 to the women.
$521.
That's it.
Going up against the girls, a man down and beating him by $100 was huge.
We lost this challenge. We lost this challenge by a lot.
Well, for the losers,
Oh, God.
I got to tell you, I am disappointed. I hope you do some good soul searching. In fact, I hope you really consider why you lost today and who is the most responsible. Because you will be facing me in the office tomorrow, and one of you broads is going home.
Frankly, I was offended by what Mr. Todd said.
He's obviously a bit chauvinist, a bit sexist.
I'm a director in the corporate world in New York City, and if someone made that comment to me, I would report them to Human Resources.
Well, this was the girls' first trip to the boss's office, and we knew, based on what the guys had told them, that they had braced themselves for a serious tongue lashing.
I just want to say that as a team, the question that you're all faced with here tonight is who's most responsible for this loss and why. And I want you to name names. If you can't tell someone that their idea is crap, that their performance sucks, that their approach is stupid, then you're dead in my business. Now, this is swimming with sharks, ladies. I'm a killer whale.
Of course, N. Paul, as expected, starts by spewing a bunch of tough-sounding business nonsense, but then we decided to throw them off their game. For this elimination, the whole idea was to frustrate and anger the women.
Who complained about the type of soup?
By basing our criticisms on completely inaccurate information.
Did someone complain about the type of soup we were selling, that chicken noodle soup wasn't selling well or something? That was the information I had.
No.
Annette, let me say this. From everything I've seen and heard, I think you were enthusiastic, you were energetic. You were Annette.
Thank you.
But do you think we had leadership out there? Do you think you acted as a team boss? Because the information I'm getting is that Ellie was running the show.
That who was running the show?
That Ellie was running the show.
That's absolutely false. I don't know who gave you that information.
I had no time told anyone what to do. I offered suggestions and asked Annette what she thought, but I never...
Well done. Another thing I'm concerned about is that you're not listening to each other. I'm told that Carrie had a terrific idea to put the soup cart in front of a restaurant that sold lousy or unhealthy food. And the health would be, just a second, the soup was, and the healthiness of the soup would be compared to a bad restaurant.
Oh.
Carrie's thinking was that by, comparing then, just a minute, to our nutritious soup, that we'd be able to sell more soup and really delineate the quality of the soup. Just let me finish. And delineate the quality of the soup by comparing it to
Yeah, if we stood in front of a fast food restaurant, is that what you mean?
That was Christy.
Well, I came up with that. Maybe somebody else did too.
Who's this here?
It was Christy.
Who's sitting here? Tanya's here?
Ellie's.
Ellie's here.
Christy. Which matches up? Okay. You made $400, which is not bad, even though it wasn't enough.
We didn't have a good enough idea, obviously.
I disagree with that. I think that we had a great idea. I think that it's really important that we stick together and work together as a team. And I think that
Honey? Hey. I am dead set in the middle of something. Can I call you back? Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all great. We're all a wonderful team. I'm glad to hear that. All right, I guess it's time to get a couple of people picked here. Annette, you were the team boss. Which two people are you going to name?
Because we work as a team, and based on my opinion as well, Christy and Carrie.
All right, you two will be staying. You four, go back to the penthouse, relax. All right, I have an idea. When it was down to the final two, we decided to throw him a curveball. First, I asked Carrie to tell me why Christy should stay in the game. Carrie.
Yes.
You tell me 3 reasons why I should hire Christy.
You should hire Christy because you are looking for a con artist who, do you want me to really convince you?
Yes.
Or, okay, you should hire Christy because she believes she's honest, because she has a unique perspective, because she doesn't have necessarily the business background that we do. So if you're not looking for a suit, maybe you want someone like that. And you should also hire Christy because she really thinks about things before she answers the question.
Then, of course, Carrie was expecting a round of compliments from Christy. But instead, Christy, you tell me 3 reasons why I should fire Carrie.
Carrie has a negative attitude. Carrie doesn't think before she speaks. And Carrie makes enemies everywhere she goes.
Okay. You guys head to reception and we'll call you when we're ready. Carrie was stunned. The look on her face was priceless.
Were you really writing something?
No, I drew boobs.
I'm gonna go talk to the boss.
Say hi to him.
I will. Christy or Carrie? Who's it gonna be?
You got it?
I've got it. We're ready. Bring him in.
Okay.
When the mystery boss tells me who to eliminate, he doesn't give me a reason. So every week when it's time to give someone the axe, I can justify it any way I want. Christy, Carrie, I won't lie, I expected this to be easy. And the more I thought about it, the more advice I took, the harder it got. Carrie? You know, on one hand, people say you have a bad attitude. On the other hand, I mean, great business people have to get under people's skin occasionally. I acknowledge that. Christy, you know, on one hand, from what everybody says, you're not a team player. On the other hand,
Get the hell out of my office. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm thrilled.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
You're the new team boss. This is an opportunity to prove yourself. I do have some questions I'd like to see answered by your performance this week, all right?
Absolutely.
I know you can do it.
Okay, thank you.
You're excused.
Thank
Go
you.
home, relax.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
At this point, I'm not sure what I've learned from Mr. Todd. On one hand, we'll hear him encouraging us to be ruthless and sabotage. On the other hand, I hear that he has the Excalibur sword, which, from what I know, is something that one can only possess if that person is true of heart. And if he believes in that, then he believes in something.
Next week on My Big Fat Obnoxious Boss.
Welcome to my world.
Mr. Todd lures the ladies aboard his luxury yacht, where he lets it all hang out.
How about we, jacuzzi?
Oh my God, I'm not jumping into a bikini on a job interview.
The whole thing just kind of seemed sketchy.
Then the contestants meet the boss's son.
We thought it would be funny to give the contestants the challenge of creating a mascot for a fictional chemical company that makes cyanide.
And they'll be judged by third graders.
Fergie the Frog!